Good afternoon, class students. Today we will start a new chapter, that is chapter number 10, Indian villages. There is a warm-up exercise. Let's have a look. Look at the two pictures of life in villages and the city. Write differences between the two. So in this exercise, you will got two pictures which shows the life of a village and of a city. Now, you will find the difference between these two pictures on your observation and write all those differences. How did villages emerge? Early humans were nomads. They moved from place to place in search of food and shelter. They hunted means, repeat this word, hunted means killed animals, and gathered, repeat this word, gathered means collect fruits for food. They lived near the places where they could find food. So old people were called as nomads. They used to roam from one place to another in search of food and living. They used to hunt animals and collect fruits to eat. They lived near such a place where they could easily find food for them. Soon they learned to grow crops. They started to keep animals with them. The animals helped them in growing crops. So after some time they learned to grow crops. So they started keeping animals with them, and animals used to help them in farming. To look after their crops and animals, they started settling down near their farms. That is when they stopped leading a nomadic life. So they started living in a field to protect their animals and their crops. At the same time, their nomadic life was over. They learned to stay in one place. They started building huts to live in. The number of people living in an area increased with time. After some time, these groups of people formed small communities or villages. Now, they learned to live in one place and also started building huts for their living. And over the time, the number of people living in a particular area also started increasing. After some time, the groups of people formed small communities or villages. Life in villages. About 60% of people in India live in villages. Indian villages represent rural areas. Rural areas are different from towns or cities. They are mostly less developed than cities and towns. They mainly have farms, field and forests. So out of the total population of India, about 60% of the people in India live in villages. Indian villages show rural areas. These areas are completely different from the cities and towns. These areas are less developed and they have farms, field and forest. Life in villages is very simple. Villages are usually peaceful, calm, quiet and full of greenery. Where one can breathe fresh air, people live together as one big family. They help each other, they celebrate festivals together, they take part in each other's joyful occasions. Occasions, repeat this word, occasions means particular event. So, people live in villages have a very simple life. They are very peaceful, calm, simple and quiet. They are very silent, and they have their land is full of greenery. Their land is full of greenery with crops, with vegetables, with plants and trees. Due to this greenery, they breathe in fresh air. People usually live together as as a one big family. They help each other and celebrate their festival together, and they also take part in each other's event with great pleasure. Occupation. In many villages, farming is the main occupation of people. So what is the occupation? Occupation is the work that we done to earn something. So the main occupation, the main work of the people, the who lives in villages is farming. So farming is the main occupation of the people of villages. Farmers cultivate fields and grow different crops like wheat, maize, sugar cane, rice and vegetables. So they cultivate different types of vegetables and crops, which are those wheat, maize, sugarcane, rice and vegetable, and so many more. In many villages in South India, fishing is the main occupation of people. So people who lives in the south direction of India, their occupation is fishing. Why? Because that area is completely surrounded with water. So that's why fishing is the main occupation of all those people. In Jammu and Kashmir, the people in the villages mainly engage themselves in art and craft. So the people who lives in the villages of Jammu and Kashmir, their main occupation is art and craft. They earn money and they earn for their living by means of art and their craft. Gram Panchayat. People in village have their needs and problems. A village has a local government to address people's needs and maintain peace and order. This local government in village is called Gram Panchayat. A Gram Panchayat is a group of people that looks after the needs and wants of the people. So, the people living in village have their own needs and have their own problems, and to solve all those problems they have a local government, and this local government which fulfills their needs and problems and maintain the peace and order is called Gram Panchayat. So what is a Gram Panchayat? This is a local government in village. A Gram Panchayat is a group of people that looks after the needs and wants of the people. So Gram Panchayat is basically a group of people that take care of the needs and the problems of the people living in that village. Every village of India has a Gram Panchayat. So Gram Panchayat is located in each and every place. So the members of the Panchayat are elected by the people of that village. So the people living in that particular village selected the members or choose the members of the Gram Panchayat. The head of the Panchayat is addressed as the Pradhan or Sarpanch. So the head of that Gram Panchayat, that local government, is known as Pradhan or Sarpanch. The Gram Panchayat meets at regular intervals to discuss the issues and requirements of the people. So after some regular intervals of time, they conduct a meeting in which they discuss about the issues and the problems of the village. Village requirements mainly include water, electricity, schools, health centers and road. So what are the basic problems in the village the people face? They face the problem of water, they face the problem of electricity, they face the problem of schools, health centers and road. So these are the common problems which the people face in their village. Villages earlier and now. Earlier and now. So these are the differences that that shows the people's life of people in village before some time and after some time. Means nowadays what is the life of the people in village. Number one, people in villages used to live in kacha houses. So before some time, the people in villages used to stay in kacha houses. In many villages, now people have started to live in pakka houses. The lifestyle has improved a lot. So nowadays, the people in villages living in a pakka house. So means their lifestyle has improved nowadays. Second point, farmers were not educated earlier. They were not aware of new methods and technologies. So before some time, farmers were not so educated and they were not aware about the new technologies that are continuously going on in scientific way or in the farming sector. Farmers were being educated, they are learning new and improved ways of growing crops. Computers are playing a vital role in helping them learn. Farming has improved. It means nowadays farmers are educated, they learn new techniques of growing crops in farming, and who help them? The computers play a great role in learning them, in help them the new techniques of farming. Means farming is also improved. Number 3, people in villages earlier traveled on foot or below cart. So whenever they want to go somewhere to the nearby village or to some another location, they used bullock carts or they travel on their foot. Most of the villages are now connected to towns by roads. Buses and autos take villagers to these towns. Traveling has become easier. So nowadays the villages are connected with the towns with the help of the roads. Buses and automobiles are also used by the villagers. So traveling also become easier. So nowadays lifestyle is also improved, farming is also improved, and their traveling is also improved. I hope you understand this chapter. Read it once again. Thank you.